Hi everyone, this is Dr. Hoskowitz. I'm here with Sonjun Park, and this is a Pipeline Authoring 17.3 kickoff video. As always, we do have a planning issue underneath the Pipeline Authoring group, issue number 154, where we collaborate and explore what are the main work that we need to do in this milestone. Start with the goals of the milestone. We do have a lot of goals, so hopefully we'll be able to accomplish all of them, if not most of them. Goal number one is that now that the CI/CD catalog was introduced and is GA and it's picking up with our users, create a lot of positive sentiment and increase adoption, we want now to lean into some of the use cases around the CI/CD catalog and improve the catalog by adding additional capabilities and adding paid features. So right now we are focusing on two main features, which are going to be an ultimate feature. One of them is a part of this epic, which will span across multiple milestones, which basically will provide the administrators of the platform to restrict users from publishing components to the catalog, because right now the way the catalog is being set up is that everyone could create any component that they like and then publish it to the catalog. And while this is a good practice with collaboration, there are a lot of teams, especially in the enterprise and large customers, that would like to gain more control on who and what gets published to the catalog, because it is their organizational catalog, and they feel that everything that is being published there is something that was verified by different teams. So once we complete this epic, we'll allow users to basically control who and how can they publish components to the catalog. The second item, and again, this is a part of a bigger epic, but this is just the MVC, and this is something that we believe could provide an incremental value for our users. Basically, the MVC is to provide analytics to where and how often a component are being used across different projects in their organization. This is one of the biggest asks that we are getting from our customers. And the first MVC, and this was also an ask from our customers, is to create a simple query. It's not so simple, but for the users, it is a simple query that will basically provide a list of all projects that are being used, that a component is being used on them. So the users will need to provide to this query the component that they would like to know this information and a group ID. And basically, the query will return the list of all the projects that this component is being used on in the last 30 days. So we are hoping that we'll be able to achieve at least this MVC in a single milestone in 17.3. This will also be an ultimate feature, and this will be also the backend work that we are going to do in order to then provide some curated dashboard for our users. The second, or maybe the third goal of this milestone is to continue the pipeline mini graph work. This was a part of the engineering allocation time, but there is going to be one feature that is actually also highly requested, is that the pipeline mini graph, which provide an information on the job detail, does not contain information about the downstream pipeline. When I'm talking about parent-child pipeline, multi-project pipeline, dynamic pipeline, and this is something that our users will struggle, because the pipeline mini graph is very useful and very helpful for our users. And without this information, they are being sent to different pages and need to dive into each and every downstream pipeline. It is very, very hard, very cumbersome from the eyes of the user experience. So we'll provide this information, a summary of this information in this mini graph. We have some designs, and hopefully we'll be able to complete this in time. So users basically will be able to hover over a downstream pipeline, and they will be able to see the jobs that are a part of the downstream pipeline. Right now, this is not the case. Right now, we don't see this information on the downstream pipeline, and users need to click in each and every downstream pipeline in order to validate its status of the running jobs. And we do have one issue around improving the error budget, because we are now in the red zone of the error budget. And the last one is introducing, we already introduced the run keyword, which will enable users to work with CI step in their pipeline configuration. So we do a few more issues to complete this work, and hopefully they should spend more than one milestone. So by the end of 17.3, we'll be able to allow users to start working with CI step using the run keyword. Of course, all the details of the scope of the milestone is listed here in this table, and also in the workflow board. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Sanjun, and she's going to speak about the scope of work of UX.
Stove, my screen again. As Stove mentioned earlier, this milestone, I also try to focus on the security workflow to provide additional features of using the CI/CD catalog and maintaining the CI components. So if you see the last issue here, I'm going to explore like what could be the right solution that is matching with the user's needs. And then once we align on that, I'm going to explore further details on okay, what's the basic user flow that we need to provide? And based on that, I'm going to create the design issues as follows. And the other things that is covered, that is carried over from the last milestone was UX scorecard work. It's a private issue, but if you already see the experience recommendation issue that came out from the UX scorecards issue, I already have 3 different recommendations, and you will see more list added here. And based on this finding, we're keep continuing improving our user experience on using the CI/CD catalog. And the other issues are still the same. It's about security, and this issue is specifically relevant to what Dove just mentioned about like providing backend oriented MVC, and then provide options to see how users are using the CI components. And then with this issue, I'm going to explore further idea of how do we present metrics? How do we present dashboard style of monitoring of usage or adoption of CI components for the administrators or the DevOps engineering team who would like to see this adoption rate internally? And yeah, that's basically it. I have one small issue for the usability improvement, and this is only one plan, but there could be even more if I have more capacity. And we will have one design discussion saying, actually, this is this Thursday. And other than that, like, yeah, that's pretty much it for the planning. Dov, do you want to add anything else?
No, I think this is something that is going to summarize. I think something that is going to carry us over in the next, maybe until the end of this year, is focusing more on the security aspect of the catalog and providing paid capabilities, incremental value on top of the CI/CD catalog. Yeah, I hope you find this recording useful. And if there are any questions, feel free to tag me, Sanjun, and the team in any of the issues, or ping us on the Slack channels. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.